Welcome. My big hand there. We are live, up close and personal. Yay. How are all of you tonight? My hair is wet. It's drying though. It's drying. Just had it cut. Not that you can tell. How are all of you tonight? I am Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox, intuitive healer, holistic wellness coach, and I want to talk to you tonight. I'm actually going to do an oracle reading with my new deck, The Lessons of the Mystical Muse. But what I want to talk to you tonight about is, I think, really important, seen as the state of the world we're living in. And that's about being real and authentic with our feelings when maybe we're not doing okay. So as you come on here, I need you guys to do me a favor in the comments section, wherever you're tuning in at, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, tell me the city, state, and country you are tuning in from. And we're going to get started. I'm going to turn the volume down on my phone. Maverick is acting like a wild man, and I have a client dropping off something for me. So a lot going on. If he starts barking, that means my client, she arrived. Tell me where you're tuning in from, exclamation point. Okay. Welcome. Welcome, welcome in LA. So, those of you who don't know me, I am a healer. I'm a writer, a published writer. I've been published in the Huffington Post, Woman's Day, Your Tango, Mind, Body, Green. Our ancestors are with us. We'll see if that comes out again. The Chiropractic Journal, Fashion 5.0, Woman's Day. I've been published a lot. And my writing comes from my wisdom, and my wisdom comes from the suffering I've gone through in this lifetime and in past lifetimes. We have Bobcat spirit. Some of you are trying to blend in and not stand out too much. I don't recommend that. I was trying to do that for a little while. It doesn't serve any of us. The reason I came to sit with all of you tonight is to talk about how to own when maybe we're not doing so well. Maybe when things aren't okay, right? Instead of putting on a false mask and pretending that, hey, yeah, everything's good, everything's great. I didn't get dragged through a lawsuit with someone who was lying. I didn't this, I didn't that. Maybe kind of be out there a little bit more and articulate when we're not doing so great. When we don't feel like getting up and going through the motions, when we don't feel like going to the gym, when we don't feel like eating properly, when we don't feel like having a conversation with our wife, right? When we walk through the door and we've worked all day, or our husband. Owning those feelings, because a lot of people don't know how to feel. So what happens is they have these feelings come up. They have these lower vibrational feelings, these thoughts that peek into their minds, and they don't know how to address them. So instead they lash out, or if you're like me, you isolate, right? So instead of isolating, my job is to reach out. Instead of lashing out, maybe your job is to talk and open up and express. Because when we open up and express, when we remain focused, abundance comes in, the fruits of our labor come in, peace comes in, more sleep comes in, serenity comes in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a reading, and it's just going to be a general reading. And this is, by the way, just to share with you, this is my new Oracle deck that I'm proud to say we sold a lot of. It's funny, you have the option on Shopify to turn off notifications or to turn them on, and mine were turned off. So I've been pleasantly surprised. So this is the Lessons of the Mystical Muse. It is a 72 card Oracle deck. I have cards in here on gut health, colon cleansing, going vegan, but also the Akashic records, our animal spirit guides, codependency, soulmates, twin flames. I covered everything in this deck. It comes with a full-size shadow work workbook. Now, if you are a reader and you have an established channel on YouTube, even if you're not a reader, but you have an established channel, if you're into astrology or you're into spirituality and you want to get the deck for free, just message me and I will actually send you the deck. The deck is $111 worth every penny. I designed the box myself. When they told me I couldn't put the book, the full-size book in with the cards, I ended up tapping into my interior design, architectural drawing skills and designing the damn box myself. Because, hey, if at first you don't succeed, try it again. And usually if you do it yourself, you will. So, oh, and by the way, you can also get Eat Right for your Zodiac, 155 pages of plant-based recipes. And in the beginning of the book, we have all 12 of the zodiacal signs, and we talk about the best way to eat for digestion, etc., if you have heavy placements of whichever sign you look into. So great book. We've sold a lot of these. You can get this on Amazon. It is Eat Right for your Zodiac. You can also get it through AndreaCox.com. It's sold out at Barnes & Noble. So, okay, let's get into this. So let's talk about what it means to talk about our feelings and see what's coming up for the collective and what they really need to process, what people are hiding, what they're not sharing, what there needs to be more of. Well, that fell on the floor. Okay, overthinking. We have the overthinking card. Keep in mind, these cards are not gender-based. So we see this man is completely in his head, right? He's overthinking everything. There's an ant on the floor. He's overthinking that. He's overthinking what his wife said at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's overthinking, everything, what his colleague at work said. It's time to get out of our heads. The mind is a very precious tool because it can create for the positive or for the negative. So depending on what we have in our zodiacal chart, right? Depending on if we have a lot of Scorpio placements, if we have a lot of Aries placements, another sign that can really get into their head is Libra, right? They can't make up their mind from what to do to what to wear. And I have all these placements in my chart, so I'm not, projecting. But Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of anger, so they can react in immature, angry ways. Scorpio is, we see the darkness in people. We see the facades from a million miles away. So we have a tendency to want to trigger people into changing, into transforming. So as a person who has moon, rising, and several other placements in Scorpio, I can attest to just wanting to push the shit out of people's buttons to get them to evolve and grow. And so I have to be mindful of that. So getting out of our heads and stopping the overthinking is vitally important. I hate that the fan is on my computer right now. But what am I going to do, right? Okay, so the next card behind that is hydration. So some of us could be not hydrating well. And it's interesting. On the back of this card, I have a lot of vegetable juices. So some of you may want to start juicing more. It'll help your manifestations come into play. It'll help your money come into play. So let's see, what else is the collective struggling with? If this resonates, leave a comment. Yes, it resonates. Thank you. Okay, overthinking again. So we have the overthinking card again. So someone's overthinking their situation again. They're overthinking things again, right? This could be a person that likes control because we have the buck. And I love this buck card because the week I moved in here, the second day I was here, a beautiful buck, a stag, showed up in the front lawn. And I kept saying, I wish it would release its crown so I could like put it in the house or something, pick it up in the yard and put the crown in the house. And what stags do is they grow these beautiful antlers and then they shed them and they evolve and they grow new ones. So it's interesting. Some of you could be shedding the ego. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Some of you could be shedding the ego. Others of you could be sick of watching the nightly news, sheep spirit. Maybe you're learning from someone and you're realizing, wow, I've listened to a lot of bullshit on TV over the years, and I think that person that everyone's saying is kind of crazy might be right? So sheep spirit. So when sheep spirit comes up, it's time to stop following the crowd. It's time to say, enough is enough. Maybe what this person and that person and this person in that white coat are suggesting aren't the best for me. We have gut health back there. So gut health is vitally important. Some of you could be trying to get pregnant or have a baby. You could have maybe not balanced gut flora. Also keeping your laptop, they call it a laptop because we've been taught to keep laptops on our lap. But in actuality, they've done studies that in the third and fourth decade of life, women are having trouble, getting pregnant due to a laptop being constantly on their lap. Their eggs are limited. So it's time to be more mindful with the electronics. Thank you. Patience is key. Some of you are trying to grow something, and there's a need to be patient. Rome wasn't built in the day. I have zero patience. I like everything to be done like that. But I've learned over the years that when I rush through things, mistakes are made. So part of evolution, right? Part of growing and evolving is realizing, you know what? I need to slow down and do this the right way. One thing, we have tarantula spirit. I'm going to put it back, and if it comes out again, it's meant to be. One thing I've been waiting to start some dental work, and it's really expensive, guys. It's like over 20 grand. And even though I've been ready to go through it, I just can't see. I just keep saying, oh my God, do I want to spend that? Do I want to spend that? Do I want to spend that? But on the 4th, I'm going for an appointment, and I feel like it's time, right? It's time. So there comes a time where we have to make these changes. Yes. Okay, this is good. And we have to trust the process, that it's on its way, right? This is an abundance card. And when I worked with the artist on this card, at first there was no Jesus above. It was just this woman looking at this house with these fancy cars. And the card felt empty to me. It felt like, something's missing. And what was missing was source. So whoever source is for you, for me, it's Jesus. That's what was missing. Now, a lot of people throw Jesus's name around and they don't know who he was, who he is. And I can pretty much always see through that, and the grasping that someone is doing when they do that. So if you want to know who Jesus is, read your Bible. Crack open your Bible. Start in Genesis. Talks a lot about the way we're supposed to eat in Genesis. Learn, right? Don't just speak upon someone's name that is the reason you are here, that gave his life so you could be forgiven for your sins, without knowing who that person is. Next, we have No One Can Steal Your Destiny. Okay, one of my favorite cards. So all of you know I had a cyber stalker. It was a female and a male. And this was created because of that card. You can see there's a beautiful blonde doing her thing on video in a kitchen, and there's this woman just kind of sitting in disdain watching her, right? Just waiting to, what is she doing? What is she saying? I want to kind of creep in on her work. I want to steal what she's doing. I want to have it for myself. No one can steal your destiny. What is meant for you, abundance, love, everything, will always be yours. We do, however, need to learn how to protect our auric field and our vibrational frequency. And that's really important. Yes. And favorite card, this is my mama card. Tomorrow's a new day. So I created this card. This woman holding the little girl reminds me of my mom, because my mom always says tomorrow's a new day. It's like her signature line, tomorrow's a new day. And clean your room, when I was growing up. But tomorrow is a new day. So if you're having a rough day today, tomorrow will bring new possibilities. There's nothing like a good night's sleep and a warm meal in the evening to make tomorrow a better day. Underneath that, we have snake spirit. So I've never really liked snakes until I moved here. I had a beautiful, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called a king snake a few months ago. My neighbors came down to kind of redirect it on its path, which I thought was nice, instead of, and it was different. When I had snakes at my home in San Diego, they scared the living daylights out of me, because I had lived in a home for 9 years and never seen a single snake until right before I moved, and they were huge. And they came up through the pipes of my irrigation system. They got in my garage. It was freaking me out. Here, they're supposed to be kind of watching the land to take care of any rodents. I think that's what my neighbor said, if I recall. So here it's a positive thing. Certain snakes, others aren't so positive. So, we have to look at the people who come into our life that have kind of a snake energy, a sneaky energy, a thief energy, as really catapulting us into a higher vibrational state. I know if I wouldn't have went through that stalking online, if someone wouldn't have, targeted me for so long and copied everything I did, I know I wouldn't have elevated to the level I am now, with knowing how to return energy, protect my vibration, and I wouldn't be doing work for other people, teaching them how to protect their energy, their vibration, their intellectual property. So that's very important. And then we have Master Herbalist. And I really love this card. This is the only card where she kind of used an image of me in the card. So some of you are root workers. Some of you grow herbs. You know how to infuse herbs and make it into medicine. You know how to, you're on your soul's mission as far as herbalism goes. And it's really your true calling. And if you think you're not going to grow in something you're doing that not everybody's seeing, that you're doing on the side, it's growing. It will grow, and you are growing. So last we have Soul's Mission, and I really, really love this card. So your soul is calling you. For some of you, it's to step into the light, to step into your true soul's calling, onto your true path. And for others of you, it's to leave something in the past and go towards something that maybe your ancestors are pushing you towards. So guidance from our ancestors, and we had the overthinking card came out again. So someone's overthinking something again. Get out of your head. I feel like I should say nothing's about you. Get over yourself. Like I feel like we can come online and people can take things to be about them and twist and contort things in their head, when in actuality, they need to realize that people are busy. People have lives, right? People are coming and going. No one's really thinking about us like we think they are. So guidance from our ancestors, and we have root worker behind that. So some of you learn to grow herbs and things of that nature. It's interesting. We had wow. So some of you are really into herbalism. We had the Master Herbalist card come out, and then we have the root worker card come out. So some of you are really into growing your own herbs and making your own medicine, making your own protected tinctures and things like that. I sell a lot of these on the Detox Intuitive store on Etsy. So you can, there's herbs to bring in abundance. There's herbs to protect our energy. Some of you may know about that. Some of you may not. I'm going to put this overthinking card over there face down because it's getting on my nerves. It keeps popping out. Some of you, this is your calling. We have the ancestors card. I have my grandma Lagolda here, my dad here at the very top. So some of you were taught to grow food. You were taught to grow herbs. You were taught to grow flowers by your ancestors. And what you grow is powerful. And when you infuse these things into tinctures and tonics, people heal. And so for some of you, that is your calling. You are a root worker. You are a master herbalist. It is your soul's mission. I feel like this is if this resonates with you, go to every platform this is streaming on and let me know. For some of you, you need to make sure you're not sabotaging yourself. We have inner saboteur. This woman has a dark side and a light side, because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you tend to watch a lot of people and try to take from others to see what works for you. When in actuality, your true soul's purpose is going to come from your lineage. It's going to be passed down through the bloodlines. Okay, this is beautiful. We have yoga will feed your soul, and you are being called to work with crystals. So this is all about career today. A lot of this is about your soul's evolution into your life's purpose. So you are being called to work with crystals. Some of you are really good with working with crystals. You could sell crystals online. You could, I have an Etsy store, the Detox Intuitive, full of crystals I sell, but it's not my main thing. It's just something that's off to the side. But some of you really, really feel a connection when you work with crystals. Could even be sound healing as well. I know I feel a great connection when I work with the singing bowls. For others of you, yoga will feed your soul. So some of you could be new Pilates instructors, new yoga instructors. I know my friend Julie just got her Pilates license. So some of you could be really called to step into this path of, you know what, I want to use my body, my breath with movement to teach others how to heal and get healthy. So this is beautiful. Again, Patience is key. Whenever a card comes out twice, we know it's of importance. Let's pull one more card. I feel like this. Okay, I love this. Well, we have hydration again. So some of you really need to drink more water. That came out in the beginning. I'm going to take two of these. We have mountain lion spirit. I love this. I love this. There are mountain lions where I live. So mountain lions, when faced with a mountain lion, what they say, I've never been faced with one, is you're supposed to become bigger and badder than the mountain lion, right? So some of you are looking at someone like, there is no way I can go up against like a group of people trying to take me down, or a person that's, you know, just brilliant and blah, blah, blah. But this mountain lion may have babies in a little cubby hole somewhere. This looks like a male mountain lion. This mountain lion may be tired. This mountain lion may have cuts and bruises from its female counterpart. This mountain lion may be sick. This mountain lion may be exhausted. Thank you for the hearts on Facebook. This mountain lion may be more worn out than you think. And so you're being asked to face it for the energy vampire it is. Build up your life force energy and shine your light. We have the peacock spirit. All I have for you today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to get the lessons of the Mystical Muse, I will link it in the comments section below every video. If you're watching this on TikTok, welcome. You can get it by clicking the link in my bio, the lessons of the Mystical Muse. And also on Instagram, you can get it by doing that. And you can also get my book there as well. And for everything, you can go to AndreaCox.com and just click on the shop and get all of my gifts, offerings, services there. I am booked for holistic wellness, intuitive life coaching this month, but I have openings in March. So if you would like to book a reading or sign up for that, simply check the links. I will list them in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. It's in the description box. And the links are in my bio on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you. Be well. Bye. You guys were such good boys. Yes. You guys were such good boys. Such good boys. I did not hear you bark one time. So proud of you. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Hang on, guys.